Thompson. My daughter's name is Hannah Grace. She goes to Custer Elementary School. On Columbia Day, she came home and he told him, I said, I learned Columbia Day. He asked, what did you learn? I said that the teacher told me that Columbia is bad and he kidnapped stuff. And he answered, this is not what I learned when he was a little boy. Everything is switched around. So he went to bed and he couldn't sleep. So he woke up in the middle of the night and looked into the internet and found some good something easy for me to understand. The next day, he showed me, and I saw, wow, that is a very big difference. Everything is switched around. Our kids learned the opposite, and the teacher is hiding stuff from the parents and not telling them the right facts about Columbia. So I learned something what he showed me.
I could tell you a million stories I've heard from Bellingham School Board of the insanity that's going on. And it didn't always used to be like that. And people are waking up. I talk to not crazy leftists, but lean Democrat people and inform them about what's going on in the school district, and they're shocked. They have no idea. I talked to a man 2 days ago, older gentleman, and he had emailed me and asked me about what political stuff was going on in the school district. And I informed him that, and I've mentioned this before, there's a book in pretty much every classroom in Bellingham School District called Not My Idea. And it basically is teaching children 4th, 3rd grade and under to look at their parents like they're stupid and they have no idea what's going on. There's a page in there where there's a devil with white hands, obviously, holding up a contract that says whiteness contract. And it says, sign here to oppress minorities, to steal people's land. And it goes on and on and on. And this isn't just like in the libraries, this is in the classrooms. And this isn't just going on in Bellingham. My campaign manager goes to Linden High, and she talks about the gender crap that they are pushing on students. She has friends that pretend to be other genders because they're bullied by teachers and by students because it's a constant culture in these schools. So please get involved.
Our school district knew in February of 2021 that the ESSER funding required a reopening plan to be published. And so I looked for the reopening plan. I found the one from 2020. And it was all about race. It wasn't about COVID. Like, that's really weird. So then I looked on the OSPI website, and it's all about race again. It's not about COVID. It's about race and equality and like all this weird stuff. So I did another internet search. The internet's really amazing. It was on the Teachers Union website. Here's how. Oh, why don't I just read it to you because it's so interesting. Okay. Sorry, I have to find it. Here we go. NEA believes that these funds should be used to advance equity, close opportunity gaps for vulnerable students, support the educator workforce, and lastly, because remember, we're talking about the $4.4 million in COVID relief funds that went to our district, and however many million went to each district. It's $168 million just for Washington State. Okay, so their last priority is to protect the health, safety of educators, students, and their families. With COVID relief funds, I mean, like, what's going on? So here's the thing, that's not the way that the law works. You don't take a lobbyist, and you take their directive, and then pass it through the executive branch. OSPI is part of the executive branch in Washington, and turn that into law. It doesn't work that way. We have a legislature for a reason. We have checks and balances for a reason. What they did was unlawful, and we're gonna keep on fighting.
We have to save our county, we have to save our city, we have to protect each other, because it's our children that are the most vulnerable, that are being affected, that will carry this burden as we get older. And so it's so important that we do that. I'm a cardiac nurse. I've been a nurse for 16 years. I'm a single mother of 6 amazing children, one's up in heaven, and I also homeschool all of them and take care of my parents that live with us. And I've never really been into politics until things started happening where our rights have slowly being stripped away.
Because if you don't vote, there's nothing we can do, right? We can sit there and complain about stuff all day long because nobody's coming to save us. We have to do it ourselves, you know? And I ran because I came from India with literally nothing. We came here, my dad was already here, he sponsored us, myself, my mom, my younger sister, and my brother. All we had $500 in our pockets. We worked hard and got to where I'm at today. It's all because what this country has to offer is freedom. That's what we get here. And then the freedom to choose. Freedom to do whatever you want. You can be a business owner. You can be entrepreneurs. Whatever you want, this country has everything to offer to all of us. So all I'm saying is get out and vote, because all we need, one more vote at the county council to bring our county council at a balance that we need.
Even if you voted for the right people, we could have done more. So right now, our biggest power and our biggest tool is to be non-compliant, like she talked about, peacefully non-compliant, and we have to be bold and we have to do it, and we absolutely have to show people that we're leaders. So if you want to wear a mask or get vaccinated, that's great, because it's your right and it's your freedom to do so. But if you don't, stop doing it and hold your line. The firefighters, the paramedics, the doctors, the nurses, the ferry workers, State Patrol, everybody, they're holding their line.
And I would not take part in this this mandate. I don't think it's not legal. It's unconstitutional, completely immoral. And I decided to take a stand and not only support my rights, but support other people's rights as well, which we need to upheld, and we need to teach that. Because a lot of people have forgotten what our rights are. They don't even realize what the Constitution means and what they can do. People don't realize what they can do. So it's so important that we elect officials that can teach us those things and aren't afraid to speak up, not afraid to actually hold these people accountable that are doing these things to us. It's not okay, and we are, as the people, are not acceptable. So we're going to do something about it. So that's why I decided to, put my name in the hat against Todd Donovan, because he definitely is not, stable to be in the position that he is in. He's very abuse of power, and not to mention just the unstableness that he has shown during the council meetings. And we need to put a stop to that, and we can.
The other thing that you're going to see in there is how they're using the council and the county as a weapon right now. And there's an email that he sent out due to the homeless issues last year. And what that was there was a lot of our community members that were fed up with how we were spending money. The fact that we were spending $1,600 to buy a metal bed frame for people who were already sleeping inside, instead of helping people that were living out in front of the mayor's office in tents get other places to live. They were making terrible, crappy decisions on how to spend money wastefully. And community members like you came forward, and they were angry about it, and they were speaking up, and they were fighting. And after they shut down the Homeless Strategies work group that those people were getting an opportunity to speak at, Paul his campaign manager sent this email out. It's short, so I'll be quick. I should have had it earlier, sorry. Here's the header: beating up more on the collective. And the body said, I just spoke with Paul. He wants me to try to beat up on the collective a little more. What's your commentary? And they sent that to Bellingham's team on PR. Our executive, his communications person that he hired, he's telling him to go beat up on community members who are coming forward to stand up against what they think is wrong in government and speaking out. Make them look worse. And then he just hired a PR agency to do that again.